I'm so glad you're here at an event that doesn't have Smash. No way! We're main lineup!
On December 9th of 2025, EVO announced its 2026 lineup, including legacy titles like Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, and Tekken. It also included one indie game that for the past year was fighting it out from under the shadow that a certain platform fighter casted onto it. Rivals of Aether 2 would join the show in a spectacular fashion. The community lit up within the short hours that of the announcement, flooding out to show their support. It wouldn't take long for people to show up. The largest fighting game event in the world showing attention to Rivals of Aether 2 was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. In 2025, Rivals was a side bracket for EVO, but now Rivals had a true shot at the main stage. The games with the top 6 highest registration will have their top 8s played on the main stage. This meant an indie platform fighter had the chance to appear on the main stage of the biggest fighting game event in the world. On February 6th, EVO released the amount of signups due to their early bird registration, and Rivals sat at a solid 9th place, above Virtua Fighter, Under Night, and Blaze Blue. This spot wasn't horrible, but it wasn't what the scene needed to escape the shadow of Smash. And this would be all the news on the topic for almost 2 months.
Yo, what's up guys? It's me, Orkane from Lovers of Aether. After getting out of high school, it's been really rough for me. My parents want me to move out, which is crazy because I'm 25 and I just don't get why they would want me to move out. I don't get it. I thought they loved me, but they clearly don't. In order for your help so I can eventually move out of my parents' 5-story house, so I can move out of my parents' 5-story house, I need your help. Please use code KINGCADE in the Rivals of Aether 2 shop, especially when buying the creator bundle. It'll really support me and my family. And when I say my family, I mean moving out of my parents' house. Oh my god, that's too real.
The first thing is I'm giving free entry to any single Rivals of Aether 2 player who is in the top 250. This Saturday, we are going to be running an online tournament for Rivals of Aether 2. It's called Rivals 2 Road to Vegas.
On April 14th, Ludwig announced that he would be running an online tournament. For people to enter where the top 148 players of the event would receive free entry to EVO, and the top 3 getting a free flight, hotel, and entry. If you were lucky enough to knock Ludwig out of the event in losers, you would also be getting a free flight, hotel, and entry. Top 3 of this event would be Safilo, Rangunchu, and winning the whole event would be Stango, beating Mr. Nice Guy, Torna, Cakesalt, and Rangunchu twice in order to claim the whole event with Loxodon. The player to win against Ludwig would be Model Zero, an Absa main from Philly who had only entered one other bracket before this. This wouldn't be all though. On April 15th, just a day after the announcement of the bracket, Ludwig would explain that he would also be working with a bunch of TOs to support locals with EVO passes, in order to give them away to other players who can and will go to EVO in support of the platform fighter. Content creators would also be reached out to in order to create fun ways for other people to get to go to EVO. On June 12th, EVO released an attendee list. This included who all signed up for what, and bracket paths for each game. Rivals of Aether was shown to have 1,022 players. Now, I don't want to dive into how many DQs or how Ludwig funded Rivals to claim the highest spot at EVO. I just want to be clear on my end, as someone who used the code, if it was not for me getting a code, I would not be going to EVO. No matter how many DQs there is, we are all still insanely grateful for this opportunity. So, looking into the signups and bracket paths, this event is insanely stacked. Not only do we have players like Stango, Cakesalt, Beastly, B-Bats, Rangunchu, Ant, Ion, Safilo, and Sandstorm, but we have some huge question marks that could make waves. Like Dia, the best player from Europe who has event wins like Valhalla 5, Arrival 3, and the Ultimate Fighting Arena 2025. After getting 25th at Genesis X3, she is returning to the States, and it will be interesting to see how she plays out. Salt, the Melee Captain Falcon, comes to this event as the 20th seed, and has had a high placements, especially online, with a fresh 13th at the Battle of BC. She was recently crowned the 25th best player in the world. Salt currently has wins on players like Safilo, Beastly, Mystery Soul, and Darai. That win roster will only get larger this coming weekend. Jupiter, the Orcane who made a large splash at Super Fusion, where he would beat Vuni, Yoda Cage, and Cakesalt. is coming into this event as the highest seeded Arcane at 18th. Jupiter could certainly show the world the potential of Arcane. The 15th best player in the world, Fullstream, is also in attendance, off of his 13th place at Genesis X3 and 7th at last year's EVO. Yeah, this is legit the last two events he has yet attended. Fullstream doesn't attend a lot, but he is certainly a threat. Keep an eye out for that goat. Mango, the god of Melee, is entering as the 39th seed. Mango just attended Monthly of Aether and defeated Landon, Pampolo, and Durai for a second place finish. And as I am recording this, he just won Hop-On number 69. Nice. Beating Kaib, one Outcast, and Sawstep twice. So, safe to say, he's going to be someone to keep an eye out for as we enter into EVO, Day 2. The last player I will mention is Void, being dangerously seated low, like under a certain Alaskan Arcane low. Void is seated 118 and will be playing against Sandstorm on Day 1, and all eyes will certainly be on this set. I mean, I literally in my schedule have it written out like I need to go to that setup. I think it's at like 3 p.m. I'm going to watch that set. This bracket will happen on June 26th in just 3 days, hopefully. Maybe 2 days. I'm recording this on the 22nd. I'm a little behind. Oops. I am excited to see what will happen. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you will see my video on when the bracket wraps up. I will see your cool kids later when it's all said and done.